It certainly got my attention, so I brought it to the attention of the Richmond County Marshal. We were still setting up for our interview when I showed him a picture of what you just saw. Before we could even put our camera on the tripod and hit record, he already had his chief deputy on the case.
We found them just off Gordon Highway, down a very beaten path, rows and rows and rows of tires, camouflaged by a slight curve, but hidden right there in plain sight. At first glance, it doesn't look much like a crime scene. But this and this and this could all be evidence in a felony case. We documented as much of it as we could.
What is that? Is that like a...
And then took it to a place where the rubber could really meet the road when it comes to an arrest.
It's been there a while. I mean, you can look at those tires and tell they've been there a while.
Richmond County Marshal Ramon Lampkin isn't wasting any time, though, getting to the bottom of it. He dispatched deputies to check it out while we were in his office showing him what we found.
I just take it very personal and take it very serious that we're going to do something about it.
Just ask these two. Roger Lee Dickin, arrested just last month and indicted just this week on felony charges. He's accused of dumping 44 old tires. The spot we uncovered has much more than that. It might even be bigger than this spot on Lyman Street, where investigators found almost 200 tires back in August. Octavius Mack was arrested in that case, also on felony charges.
We went back and looked and just wanted to see what kind of felony cases were made with the Marshal's office, and we went back over 20 years and there were no felony cases made.
Zero. In 20 years.
Zero in 20 years.
Lampkin took over as Marshal at the beginning of this year.
And this is unacceptable in Richmond County. We're just not going to allow it.
It's a problem that shouldn't be happening because we likely all are already paying for what should be the solution.
When you go get your new tires on your car, the company normally charges you a fee to get rid of those tires, and then they in turn are supposed to pay to dispose of those tires.
Not everyone follows the law, though. The Marshal says some businesses have pocketed your fee and then had your tires dumped illegally. While you wouldn't be on the hook, Lampkin says if he can trace a tire back to a business, he'll slap the owner with a citation. Still, it's a price we all pay with our health and the health of our environment. Tires can release toxic chemicals into the air, water, and soil. Some can cause cancer, others gene mutations. It's such a concern, Lampkin has ordered special hazmat suits to keep his deputies safe. There's no way that your office can patrol every single back road in the county looking for this stuff.
Exactly, and they're not dumping tires at 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They're dumping tires at nighttime.
Which is where you come in. If you see something, or if you hear something, say something.
I can promise you, if we can catch you, we're going to charge you to the full extent of the law if we catch you doing this. And you have my word on that.
The towers of tires we exposed along that public road are no longer there. They've since been cleaned up. Meanwhile, the investigation into who could be behind this continues. Bottom line here, no matter what county you live in, whether it's Georgia or South Carolina, dumping tires is against the law.